Hey, let me check in with Bttr Hny Pg Brd. This is chapter 7, 8, and 9, where I think it's because just sort of the non-chronological way of this novel that I'm like, what happened? Stuff happened. Um, Let me think about this. We got another little thing about the mum, Kiminachi, about her getting married to to their father, her husband. They had a kind of a non-traditional wedding. That they find her strange. She doesn't have particularly any of her family left. Um, they're kind of shy with each other, but Kiminachi kind of sort of takes the lead. Uh, Sort of that. That's sort of all I can get from the mum. Um, uh, Tai, there's a whole thing with her of like she's gay, and you know, a part of her personality is that she kind of goes into kind of like having sex for kind of she doesn't have long-term relationships. She just has sex. And this might be seen as like, oh, kind of the tragic gay story, except that all the people that she's with she's got like really good taste in women. She's got taste in women of people who would like to have a connection, would like to, have a relationship with her. But she's just there for the sex, and then it goes out. Um, she has one friendship through one of the women, a very gender queer Nigerian guy. She actually has a friendship with, um, and but he's his family is super religious, and he's sort of got a split life. He loves to sing, and he sings at his church, but he can't be kind of himself Timmy at this church. He has to be kind of a more masculine version of himself, and he can only be himself with his actual friends and stuff like that. And then he stops kind of responding to her texts, and he thinks, oh, I fucked up this friendship. But it turns out that the woman that she kind of met him through, kind of texted her saying, have you heard anything from him? Because he won't answer, and he's not answering any of my calls. Finally does get through to him, and he's taken an overdose. And she actually gets them to take someone to the hospital. Um, and so like, oh, we have that. But then she goes off to, um, oh, I can't remember where she goes, but she basically leaves town for kind of a school thing, which you get on with your life, but it's like her family, his family won't let any of his friends visit him, so he's not in a great place. I guess it's not her responsibility, but you know, it sucks. So we have that. In the present day, we have this whole thing with her and Isabella, this woman in Nigeria who's getting married, but is also sleeping with Tai as kind of like let's just let's have meaningless sex. That's actually probably the one really negative relationship where she's Isabella's super. She has at the final chapter here. She has a super meltdown. Um, saying like I'm something's wrong up here. It's like it's kind of another thing of mental illness, and she has a meltdown at her party, public meltdown at her party, and it's like the guy who she's getting married's watching it from a distance and seems to know and is impassive, like not showing anything. Um, so there's that going on. Um, Fuck. I'm trying to think of what happens with. Oh, and there's another thing with Tai. Oh, it's probably in New Brunswick where she went, where she looks like she's about to get involved with a professor, which is not great, you know. And she sort of is like, oh, of course it would, because she's got that self-destructive thing. She even knows it herself going into it. I'm trying to know what happens with Kai. Kai in this section. Does much happen with Kai in this section? Probably does, and I'll put down this phone afterwards and I won't think about it. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's going along well. I'm enjoying it. All the different parts. It definitely kind of melds together into a one gestalt, even though we're going from the present to, you know, a couple of, 5-10 years past to, you know, back when his mother, when their mother was, with the father, initial relationship with the father, all that stuff. And we know there's going to be a price to pay, and the father isn't going to make it out alive. Um, yeah, yeah, I think that is all that comes to my mind right now. I've got the weekend. I should try and listen to each section coming up, and then do a little update on it as I do the sections, which I can't do when I'm, biking back and forth from work. I have to just basically do big sections, and then I get home at the end of the night and talk about it. But yeah, that's about where I'm at right now with Bttr Hny Pg Brd. More videos later.